exciting, actually.
Yeah.
I love doing it.
It is. Your heart gets pumping and...
Yeah. And you
like,
want
okay, I'm
to...
gonna go on.
Well, you want to connect to God, and, well, we're all one, and when you're connecting to the audience, you're connecting to God, you're connecting, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you can't do that if your ego's there.
Yeah.
You know, your ego's going to get in the way, and so it was obviously, you know, that this woman, you know, Susan Boyle, no ego.
Yeah.
You know, totally unassuming.
No ego, yeah.
Totally unassuming,
really cool.
totally in the flow.
Yeah.
You know, and she just opened up her mouth, and, you know, everybody was just totally mesmerized. And I was like, right on.
Yeah.
What a catalyst, you know. I mean, you know, this is fantastic that, you know, this woman who's in her late 40s, you know, it's okay. You know, now we can go out and we can say, you know what, it doesn't matter that you're over 30. Forget what people are telling you. Forget that, you know, you may not look like, you know, what everybody's idea of, you know, absolute beauty is, and forget that, you know, you're over 30 years old. You still have a dream, and you have got to go and get it.
Keep at a high frequency, and you can be a Susan Boyle too.
Yeah, absolutely. Or whatever.
You really can.
You know, I was talking to a friend on the phone today, and my friend was just telling me, you know what? It's all about just going out there and getting it.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people think, too, that, you know, oh, it happened to Susan Boyle, you know, that sort of thing won't happen again. Can't happen to me. A lot of people think, oh, the ship is gone. My ship has sailed away.
Yeah.
Stop thinking that.
Well, that's
please.
the end of it. You know, if you start thinking that, that's the end of
that's
it. That's
the end of it.
There.
No, if you think another ship is coming, then another ship is coming. All you have to do is think it. Be it, you know. We've got all this proof in our face. Susan Boyle, and I'm sure there's probably another 10 people we can name that I can't think off the top of my head right now. But there's proof of all this, and instead of using it as proof, a lot of people are using it, oh, that ship has sailed away.
Yeah.
That ship has sailed away. Stop thinking that. Stop doing that to yourselves, please.
It's not the ship has sailed away. There is change coming.
Yeah. There's change coming.
There is change coming, and it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a mind shift. You know, I'm so glad that this has happened because, like I said, you know, it's opened up, you know, a different way of thinking.
Yeah, that's
and it's been a long time coming.
That's another.
And, you know, I actually know people, you know, in their 20s. Well, I don't really know them. I know of them because I don't hang around with them. But, you know, they can't stand to be even in the room with somebody who's over 40 years old. You know, much less attempt to have a conversation with them. You know, and it's very odd.
Yeah.
It's just very, very odd, you know, like how these people think that, you know, people who are over 30 years old are somehow invisible, you know. Mm-hmm. We don't grow any older on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty narrow-minded, you know, and I know that's a judgment in itself, but, you know, hey, I've got to discern because I'll tell you, those are not the kind of people I want to be around.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. And hopefully this will help to change that, and we'll have a big shift in consciousness about it.
Yeah, well, you know, hopefully, I mean, I think that is happening, and hopefully people's perceptions will change more and more. For me, that's not such a big deal personally, because my friends range from, you know, 10 years younger than me to 30 years older than me, and I'm so glad they're all in my life.
Yeah.
And I usually do tend to gravitate towards the older ones. You know, I appreciate their evolution, their experience, and things like that. And a couple times I get into conversation with people that are 20 years younger than me. I'm like, oh my God, you know, I'm just not sure where they're coming from sometimes.
Yeah. We got to break that.
Like
I think there's a gap
15.
that goes. The gap, we've created this gap, you know. So it's actually what I have seen happen is that it's actually made people of the same age, like your age, for example, have more difficulty communicating with one another. And it's because, you know, we're shutting off particular groups. And segmenting ourselves out, you know, because I'm like, you know, if you are, you know, telling, you know, looking at a particular group of people and judging them simply because of their age or their color or whatever it is, you know, you're not fooling anybody. You're actually deceiving yourself, you know, and you're actually putting yourself into a position where you are where you deny yourself the potential for creating possibly a beautiful relationship that you really need.
Yeah. And you know, I've done it in reverse too. I mean, I've judged in reverse in the sense that you know, I'm talking to an older person, think they're gonna know a lot of things, and then I realize I'm teaching them a couple of things.
Absolutely.
And they're asking me a couple of questions.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so is that it on Susan Boyle?
Yeah, Susan, we love you.
We love you. I can't wait for your CD to come out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it. My mama's gonna buy it. And I think that you really taught a lot of people a lot of things.
Thank you so much for sharing your gift with us.
Yeah, and thank you, Britain's Got Talent, for existing so we could see this.
Yeah, because you know, like, doesn't an American Idol like have some sort of stipulation that you have to be like a particular?
There's an age limit.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They raised it in the last couple of years. I think it was like 25, 26, and then they recently raised it to like 30 or something like that.
Oh, gee. That's so big of them.
Yeah. Well, the thing with American Idol is that, you know, I think that, I mean, I'm glad they raised it. But I think that they're very focused on, when you think of, they're more focused on the meaning, the American symbolism behind American Idol, and it usually means that you're young and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, some of the most inspirational artists are not young anymore, but they're still out there. And actually, I think a lot of the young ones nowadays, you know, Rihanna, she just got beat up. God bless her. But, you know, if we want to talk about role models, I mean, I'm not learning anything from the young people.
Oh, I would say Susan Boyle is definitely a role model.
Yay, Susan!
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks for joining us again this week. And I'm David.
I'm Michael, and this was Garden Dialogue. And next segment, we have, speaking of Rihanna, we're going to talk about Rihanna next.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. All right, so see